Good afternoon. Well, here I am in central London. You wouldn't think so, would you? This is Manchester Square, just off Portman Street. I was sitting home this morning waiting for the rain to stop, and I thought, no. Made a quick phone call, let's go into London, into town, and do this video on tuck pointing. So let me give you a brief history on tuck pointing and how it emerged, really. 1666 we had the Great Fire of London, and what was London then, most of it just burnt down. Fire started in a baker's, Pudding Lane Bakers, in the east of London, east end of London. So after that it had to be rebuilt, and they said no more are we having wooden structures, you know, we have brick built. The problem was we didn't have many bricklayers in England. We weren't really building with brick much. You know, the chimneys maybe, and that, everything was timber. So we had a shortage of skill to rebuild London, and there was also a law that said only bricklayers who lived in London could work in London. So that had to be repealed to allow bricklayers from the country to come in. They weren't that skillful, and people had money and they wanted nice brick houses. So what was going on in Europe was that there was highly skilled bricklayers in the lowlands, Flemish bricklayers, which would now be Belgium, and they were Protestants, and they moved north to escape the invading Spanish, who were Catholics and would have persecuted them. So they ended up in Holland and the Amsterdam area and that anyway. And some of these bricklayers came over. There's no evidence that there was lots of Dutch bricklayers came over to rebuild London, but just some of the masters, the highly skilled ones, who came over and taught our boys what to do. If you look back on my video on Amsterdam, or a couple of years ago now, I went to the college in Amsterdam. It's the old gates of Amsterdam, and that goes back 1500s. There's over 100 masterpieces there, miniatures, what the apprentices did, all gauged brickwork. So anyway, these masters came over and showed our lads how to do it, the gauged brickwork. So that's what we had up to about the 17th century, beginning of the 17th century. And more properties were being built, more big houses were being built, but gauged brickwork was so expensive, you know, it takes a lot of work. So someone came up with the idea of tuck pointing. Now they say it began in the, you know, the end of the 17th, beginning of the 17th century. Sorry, I apologise. But I've got evidence it was a bit earlier than that in some books. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Now I've been walking about here trying to find an example of some gauged brickwork. I can't find anything. Everything was built in that Georgian time around here. It's all tuck pointed. So yeah, so what happened was, yeah, they couldn't afford all this gauged brickwork, so someone invented tuck pointing to mimic it, which is much cheaper. Every house built in London, really, you know, on the richer bits, were all tuck pointed on the front, on the face, and then maybe weatherstruck or penny rolled down the sides. Now, don't get a lot of penny rolled in London. There is some more rural penny roll for some reason. So yeah, that's it. So let's go and have well, let me explain where we are. I'm at a museum, and a couple of lads, actually 3 lads I know, are working here. But Johnny, I'm sorry mate, you missed out, you ain't here today. He's working somewhere else. Should be doing all his private work, mate. So I've got 2 lads here, Jack and Aidan. I'm going to pop in and see them. You'll see them working, and I'll explain the how tuck pointing works and what it looks like. All right, see you in there. Right, we're on site. We got here. Got all the PP on. Right, the procedure of tuck pointing. I explained to you already why. First thing we do is rake out to a good depth, and then the next thing is done is the stopping mortar's put in. Now the stopping mortar is the same colour as the bricks. When this dries out, it will be. This is still a bit green, so it's a bit bright, and a few brick repairs there. And the idea of this is that it blends all the brickwork into one colour, so it's just like a blank canvas really. And then this groove is cut into it level with a spirit level, and then plumbed up with a level as well. But it doesn't have to come in the middle of the joint. It's got to be plumb, and it may, you know, miss the joint like it sort of has there, and it's a brick. Sometimes it will come on a brick. It don't matter. You want the joints all perfectly plumb, and so that's how we do that. And then the next procedure is the white tuck, and that's done in a lime putty mortar. What was the mix again?
Yeah, two sharp sand, 1 white cement.
2 sharp sand and 1 white cement. Yeah, I don't think they're telling me the truth yet. Anyway, no, it's a trade secret, and I'll be quite honest. There's no set mix really, because I've got a few books at home I've gone through, and every book tells you a different mix. It's what suits you really, what you can get to work. So it's actually no big secret. You just got to find out yourself, find out what works well for you. Right, so then that's put in off the straight edge with a tuck pointer. That's what's this, 3mm, isn't it?
5 that one, mate.
Oh, 5mm. Well, I must be getting bad. 5mm. And then with the straight edge, it's cut off with a Frenchman, and this is Jack's own Frenchman, isn't it? I think. Yeah, he makes these and the tuck pointers. We'll go through that later. And then it's the point on it is bent over very finely, much more fine than the ones I use for Weatherstruck. I use a bit bigger on Weatherstruck, but it's a lot finer for the tuck pointing. And that's the effect really. The beds are done first, then the perps done second, and that's it really. I'll show you what they've done round here. This is a massive job. This has all been tuck pointed by the lads. Some arches have been rebuilt. And it's not only this side, they've done the other side as well. A hell of a lot of work, and it really is good work. They're good lads, they're very good at what they do. So let's get on and show you a bit how it's done. Right, Jack just putting the horizontal bead in. Awkward enough, is it? Fucking try being there. What are you going to do there? Wait for all that stuff to come down?
Yes, it's coming down in a couple of weeks, mate, and then go around it. Just wet my finger and dab that in. Pretty rough. And there you have it. That's how the horizontal bead's put in. Don't feel so good about it now, do you? You lot all want to do this. Yeah, it could get boring, couldn't it? Could do, but it does sometimes.
How do you think this trade's going? Because I've been thinking about it. Because sort of in the 50s and 60s it was nearly lost.
Yeah.
No one was doing it. There was a few old pointers who could do it, but people were just covering everything in sand and cement.
There's not a great deal of tuck pointers, not proper tuck pointers about anyway, is there?
No, that's what I was going to say. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of courses now, aren't there?
Yeah.
And a lot of people are doing courses.
Yeah.
I don't know, they're not really doing it, doing the work, you know. It's one of the things. You need the right mentality to be
Of
doing
course
it
you
full
do, yeah.
time.
Yeah.
You know, people who do it for one job or whatever, and then they're like, yeah, it's not for me.
Yeah. Now my point was that, you know, if you get a lot of new people come in who've been taught how to do it, don't have the experience, it tends to drop prices down because they're going cheap.
Well, yeah, well, they're not doing the same quality.
Of course they're not, no.
They'll be doing.
No, of course not, of course not. That
It's
was
a
my
secret
point.
of trade, but it's a secret of trade for a very good reason, because it's
It's
you
a
obviously
secret.
get it's a secret, yeah. But same as anything really, you're going to get cowboys have a go. When you do see it, there's a job down there.
Oh, I've seen some rough
work's
work.
absolutely shocking, and
Yeah, I've seen plenty of it.
but that's, like I say, that's for a good reason why it's very secret.
Yeah.
Because it's a proper trade that
Yeah.
is, only a handful of people know how to do it. So if it gets into the wrong hands, which it does,
It does, same as any
then it's
job,
just
doesn't it?
the trade's diluted and
Yeah.
it goes to shit, you know.
You get people who do courses, and then they'll sort of tell the mates, but not properly.
No,
And then they
everything,
start,
yeah.
You know,
Right. That'll do. Yeah. For the perp ends, we use obviously a shorter tool. There you go, finesse. Easy, isn't it? You've got some intricate stuff going on here. I'm not sure I have the patience to do it.
steady hand for this one.
No good for me then, alcoholics.
Or Andy, or Aidan.
Sweet. If anyone knows the name, or we know several names of this type of brick, this feature here, or what you call it, wherever part of England you come from, put it in the comments, please.
Yeah, I mean, I've always known it as a mop staff.
Mop staff, yeah.
Well, I read it in a book the other day, mop sticks, a mop stick, mop
Mop
staff.
stick.
Yeah.
And I found it described as a thumbnail in the book. So,
Or was it? I read it as a return bead as well.
yeah, return
Because
bead.
the bottom ones would be, I don't think you can see them from here, right? If you poke the camera down there, they're sort of flat at the top, then return in. So that's that was called a bead, and these
Yeah,
are
yeah.
return beads.
Return beads.
So yeah, there's a million
Yeah.
different names for it.
Yeah. So yeah, if you've got your own name for them, let us know. Be interested.
You can see a bit of a fucking homemade tool there to
Yeah, so for these we've had to cut the irons down,
Yeah, to fit.
you know, just to get into the really tight angles.
Purpose made tools for the job.
Yeah, well, it's taking a grinder to them.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Good. I'm running out of card now. My battery's all right. Right, let's talk about tuck pointing tools. The actual jointers themselves. They should be very difficult to get hold of. You can only get them from a company in Australia called Speedex. They do a lot of tuck pointing in Australia. That's where I first learned it. Or you can find an old one, and that was about it really. But Jack makes them. So let's just go through what we got here. This is the one that Gerard Lynch has made for him. They're nice, they're okay. It feels a little bit uncomfortable in my hand, to be honest, but that's only my opinion. A lot of people use them. Right, what's that one there? That's Speedex one?
That's Speedex, yeah.
Right, this is the Australian one, Speedex one. Quite nice. Feels okay. Now this is my one actually, and this is a Tyzac. It's very old. I've got to be honest, out of them all, it's probably the worst one. It feels less comfortable in my hand, and this is an original one. But yeah, I'll get on with it all right. I can use it, it works. And we've got two of Jack's ones here. This is the small pert one. Jack Phillips, he makes them, he'll explain in a minute. It's nice. Just got a different feel to it. And I'm not trying to promote him. This is my honest opinion. I like it. And the long one. Just my long one out of my tool bag. You can't miss it. That's a great thing. Yeah, a big one.
Excalibur.
Yeah. You know, there's two big ones there. Yeah, it's again, you know, that's mine. It's not the most comfortable one compared to Jack's. Just got a different fit, and the lift on it's different. You know, if you look at it's like trails. If you look at the lift on these, you know, it's got a much better lift. This one's more flatter. So yeah. So Jack, to tell them about these tools and how they can contact you, how they get them. You've got a website, haven't you?
Yes, so if you go, my website's just gone up and running, phillipsheritage.com.
Yeah.
If you could all go on and take a look.
phillipsheritage.com, everything's on there, yeah?
There's not the tools on there, no, I've not put them on there yet, I've only just made it. But if you look on my social media, my Instagram and my Facebook, Phillips Heritage, you'll see them on there.
There you go. So if you need any tuck pointing tools, yeah, have a look at Jack Phillips. They're all there, he'll accommodate you. Good.
Yeah, so I made them from In the Line, which is soon going to change to Porters Historic Conservation. So, yeah, find me on Instagram.
There you go. You want Aidan, you know where to get him. Top tuck pointer. Right, I need to give a shout out to the main contractor here. And I thank you very much for letting me in to video the boys. And it's Sally Strachey. Historic Conservation, and I'll put that there on the back there for her. Yeah, if you want any biggest, you know, restoration work done, contact her company. They seem to manage everything very well. I haven't met her, but it's all going well here, so I can only recommend her, really. Recommend the company. So yeah, well done. Thanks for watching, and see you next one. Right, just on my way home. I stopped at a pub, as you do on a Friday, have a pint. Nice pint of Abbott Ale actually. I was sitting there enjoying my pint. I got a message of someone, are you sat outside a pub? Yeah, I am. What's the chances of this? Lad's called Ben Chapman, and he's seen me on YouTube or whatever, Facebook, and he comes from Newquay in Cornwall, and he was staying here for a few days with his wife, and spotted me. It's mad, isn't it? So anyway, we had a drink and a good chat. Nice, I love it. It's good to meet people and talk about common things what we talk about, you know, bricklaying basically. Anyway, what I have found is some gauge brickwork. There's the building there. I can't zoom in on this, it does my name, but there you go. That's all gauge brickwork. Some building. Fucking that chimney's worrying, isn't it? How does that stay up there? Yeah, there you go. Nice.